Namaste, beloved. Namaste, my loves. How are you? Happy New Year. Blessed 2018. I am so delighted and excited to do this live video so we can do a reading for 2018 and get some goddess guidance messages for you. So I'm Syma, and I am a sacred feminine and spiritual coach and healer, and blessedly Amazon bestselling author of Goddess Reclaimed and Manifest Soulmate Love. So it is my honor to support you, and I'm just so grateful to all of you who are subscribers and who I get to work with for just letting me support you. I'm so honored, and today I was guided to make my first video 2018 in celebration of empowering you, right? To help you to reconnect with your sacred feminine power and do what I live to do, which is to support you through sacred feminine gifts and tools and teachings and practices in healing and transforming your greatest inner blocks and manifesting your boldest dreams and claiming your right to co-create the life you desire and deserve, you know, like really self-actualize and live at your truest, greatest, highest potential, and have the things that you want, and to be an inspiration in the world, right? To be a flourishing goddess. So of course, what I wanted to share with you is something that I give to myself. I want to pass this on to you. At the New Year's Eve tradition my husband Eric and I have is we'll pull cards for ourselves, and we'll get do 12 card readings. Eric does tarot and I work with usually goddess oracles, and we will just get readings for ourselves for the next year. And it's just such a beautiful way to tune into the energies of the new year. And so I wanted to pass this on to you. And what I will be doing is, I don't have the time to do 12 cards, but I will be pulling one card for each quarter. So I'll be pulling 4 cards for you. And I'm going to be pulling them live, so that's a little different if you've been following some of my previous year's oracle reading messages. Normally what I'll do for these videos is I pull the cards in advance and then I share the reading with you. But this is a different format. This is basically like what I do with my clients when I'm working with them in our program sessions, and I pull cards. And also once a year, usually only in December, in January, I offer pure goddess reading sessions. So those are available if you're watching this in January. If you want to book those, I'll leave a link for you. And those ones are pulling 12 cards, one for each month. And basically what we do, and I'm going to be doing that with you right now, is I'm going to ask you, the same as I do with my clients, to send me energetically, telepathically, right in your heart, your question for this year. So you can ask, what do I need to know for my highest good this year? Or you can focus on a specific life area. You can just ask God, your higher self, to channel divine messages through me, and know that even though I'm doing this reading for all of you who are guided, we are all connected. We are all one, whether you're a man, a woman, no matter when you're joining us, no matter what your spiritual orientation. If you were guided to watch this video, these messages, there's something in here for you, right? Maybe you don't resonate with everything, but there's something in here for you. So I welcome you to listen to the messages, and hopefully you'll resonate with the entire reading. And you know, we're connected. We're one. Time doesn't matter, because from a spiritual truth, we are connected in the infinite now, right? So there's no past, present, future. So this is happening now, no matter when you watch it. Okay, my love. So I'm going to ask you to now send me your question or focus on what it is you would like guidance on, and trust that your higher self, Father, Mother, God, the angels, the archangels, and of course the goddesses are sending us messages. So I am going to start pulling these cards for us, for you. Oh, very nice. These ones are just wow. Oh, very, very nice. Okay. I really love this reading for you. And I'm going to be sharing the messages for each card and each quarter, as well as weaving it all together. My love. So the first card is this beautiful Celtic goddess. I know it's spelled as Aini, but usually her name is like Anya. So it's a different pronunciation. And this beautiful goddess is saying leap of faith. So we kick off this new year with the message of taking that leap of faith. She says, take a risk and put your heart's true desire into action. So what is it that you want to take a leap of faith on? Write it in the comments. It feels to me like it's something that you've been wanting to do for a long time, and that the guidance has been very strong, but you're either not trusting your intuition and you're feeling blocked because of internal struggles such as insecurity and self-doubt, you know, that little voice that says, who am I to do this? Some fear, maybe. Usually, you know, we have to do a lot of work around healing our self-worth around that. And then there's also like a faith issue that, will I be supported? You know, what if it doesn't work? It feels like it's something that when you drop all of that and you just allow yourself to daydream and fantasize, which is not really fantasizing, right? From a spiritual perspective, those fantasies and daydreams are your soul showing you what's possible. And they feel like dreams and fantasies to us because of our limited human thinking. Whereas for the soul, everything is possible. In fact, the highest, greatest things you can think of are nothing compared to what you're truly capable of and worthy of, right? So it feels to me like when you're in that space of just dropping into that dream and allowing yourself to flow with the visions that are coming, you light up. Something inside of you just gets ignited and you feel so aligned and inspired and excited. But then it feels to me like immediately that voice comes back and something is blocking you. And maybe it's outer circumstances and you're really focusing on the how and the steps and the strategy and the, you know, the process of it, the practicalities of it. And it feels like it's a combination of some inner hang-ups. So this goddess is saying, my loves, take that leap of faith. Why is it a leap of faith? Because there's uncertainty. We don't know really what the future holds, right? I mean, even this reading is not a prediction of your future. It's not that kind of prophecy or psychic reading. And the thing with that is even the most accurate oracle or message for the future can never truly be accurate because, again, from a spiritual perspective, everything is dynamic. Nothing is ever set in stone. You can transform your karma. You can, you know, open to miracles, right? So you're so powerful. You're such a powerful co-creator. And this goddess Anya is saying that, please take back your power and really trust in the divine, that when you take that leap, you will be held. You're not taking that leap alone. You're going to be flying with your angels who are going to give you wings. You're going to be, you know, empowered by the goddesses, the ascended masters, your divinely appointed spiritual guides, Mother Earth, the divine nature and animal guides. So there is just infinite support for you. And what I'm hearing her say is, affirm that. I am infinitely supported. I'm infinitely supported. I am worthy of my dreams. And, you know, there's really no risk because no matter what happens, if it doesn't work out the way that we want, then it's the best thing we can do there is learn a lesson, right? And surrender to that. And we will be enriched and we will grow and we will, you know, try again or do it in a different way with that wisdom and that strength and the courage and the gifts that we extract from that lesson. And if it works out beautifully, then we have so much to gain there. So either way, there's so much to be gained. Now they're saying if this thing that you want to do feels like too big of that leap, then they're saying, when I'm saying they, I'm saying I'm tuning into the angels and your angels and the goddesses, the higher ups. What I'm hearing them say is that maybe just take a smaller leap of faith, right? But what I'm really hearing them say is there's a lot of heavenly support and reassurance. And they really want you, God, Goddess, they really want you to go for it. And what they're saying is your idea is divinely inspired. It is in alignment. And the reason and the way for you to know that is how blissful and ecstatic you feel when you cut off the fear, when you're not in that space, just before that doubt creeps in and you're just in that moment. visualizing yourself going for that dream, whatever it is. You want to start that business, write that book, go on that trip, buy a home, move somewhere, fall in love with someone, whatever it is just feeling so good to me. I'm almost like feeling you pregnant and opening your arms and saying yes. And what I'm hearing for you is they're saying, be a vessel. When you're taking this leap of faith, what you're doing is you're saying yes. You're saying yes to the divine. Now, Mother Mary didn't come through here, but Mother Mary is like that sacred feminine embodiment of receptivity and saying yes to birthing Christ, to birthing miracles, to birthing the divine through you, right? And Christ brings blessings to the entire world forever. So say yes, because this blessing that you will co-create with the divine when you say yes and take that leap of faith, just as Mother Mary had to take that leap of faith and say yes and offer herself as that vessel. There's some kind of miraculous blessing that's there, and it's not just for you. What the goddesses are saying is that this is going to be a blessing in the world. And even if it's something very personal, your delight and happiness and you being on your purpose, that is a great blessing into the world, because you're just adding to this golden love and light that our world really needs. It's healing to the world when you're happy and when you're in your bliss. So that is a beautiful message. And this message is, again, for January, February, March of this year, 2018. However, it's not, again, so cut and dry, right? It's not so literal. It's flowy. So if you're reading this, watching this video, halfway through the year, then maybe this is the beginning part of your journey, right? So it applies no matter what time it is. Okay, the next goddess that came through, and this is for the second quarter of 2018, it's my favorite goddess. She's right there behind me, the Egyptian Queen Isis. And here she's talking about past life. She's saying, the situation involves your past life memories. Now, that message is only from Isis in this specific deck by Doreen Virtue. This is Doreen Virtue's Goddess Guidance Oracle cards. And Isis, however, is such a multifaceted goddess, just like us women. So I'm actually not feeling that this is entirely about past life karma. As far as I'm concerned, what I'm feeling Isis coming through here is saying that you are actually transcending your karma. Oh, okay, she's showing it to me. So beautiful. What she's showing me is that if you follow this guidance of taking that leap of faith in the first quarter, you take that leap of faith and then you're like elevated beyond old patterns. That's what she's showing me. It's like, there's always been this way of being that's been comfortable and familiar, even if it's held you back, even if you've played small, even if you've denied yourself the life and the blessings and the dreams and the joys that you truly desire and deserve, right? And she's saying, like, by you taking that leap of faith, by you saying yes to yourself and taking a stand for yourself and being true to your truest self, you are like spreading your wings, just like Isis over there. In my book, Goddess Reclaimed, where we go through 13 goddess archetypes on this, heroine spiritual journey, Isis is the last goddess you meet because she's the queen. So what she's showing me is this is like the culmination of a big chapter in your life, a big initiation that you've been on, a big journey you have been on. If something is still coming up for you at that time, and it would be very helpful to do some past life healing work, because the issue there is a karmic issue. It may feel like, I'm doing all this great work and this pattern is so stubborn, it keeps showing up. I keep getting triggered by the situation, or these kind of people keep showing up, or I can't seem to break free. So if that is happening, my loves, it will be very helpful to work with the goddess Isis, or whatever divine beings, or your own higher self. I do this in one of my programs, my Clear, Heal, and Transform Your Greatest Inner Blocks program, where we do a lot of intensive past life healing work. And why that's so important is because sometimes something that feels like an issue in this lifetime, whether we even go as far back as childhood, we actually realize when we uncover past life memories is that we manifested the parents that we did, the culture that we were born into, our childhood circumstances, because of the roots that go back into past lives. And so, for example, like in my case, my family environment was very abusive, for those of you who know my journey, and, very patriarchal community and culture, and very chauvinistic. And so I have seen my other lifetimes that connect to this, and everything that happened, no matter how traumatic it was in my childhood, contributed to me coming into my purpose as a feminist, as a, sacred feminine, spiritual goddess coach, right? As an advocate for women's empowerment. And my role in supporting this amazing, exciting time of us women reclaiming our power all over the world, right? So my past lives, as sometimes it's like I was a priestess and a healer. Sometimes I was burned as a witch. So sometimes they were good. Sometimes they were really painful, lifetime experiences. But in this lifetime, the experiences that I called in were there to support me in transcending beyond them. So this is what Isis is saying, that there might be something that comes up as you've taken that leap of faith, where on the one hand, you can transcend that old karma and you'll finally break free of it and spread your wings and take your seat on your sacred throne and rest in your sovereign power and be the queen of your domain and be a beautiful, empowered, feminine leader in the world. And our world so needs feminine to rise, women to rise, right? However, she's saying if there's something you find yourself struggling with, just surrender to that and take that as an opportunity to do some deep, powerful karmic healing work. And she's again saying that you're going to spread your wings from that. It's going to be very, very freeing for you and empowering for you and take you to that next level. And she's really showing me that that next level for you is self-mastery and self-actualization and leadership, where you are going to inspire other women and other people just through your example. So very, very exciting. And I want you guys to share with me in the comments the journey that you go through this year and how these messages play out for you. I'm very curious. So very interestingly, the goddess that we get for the third quarter, one second, is another Egyptian goddess from this deck, right? And I think the deck has 44 cards and there's 3 or 4 Egyptian goddesses in there. So it's pretty interesting message. Now, it could be because I went to Egypt last year and I'm really feeling extra connected to these goddesses. But Hathor, such a beautiful goddess. She is like our Lakshmi and our Aphrodite. She is a really powerful goddess to help us with femininity. So this is the much softer side of the sacred feminine. Her message is receptivity. She says, allow yourself to receive. This will increase your intuition, energy, and ability to give to others. And Hathor is immediately showing me that this is a year to come into balance, really come into balance. I've made so many videos on toxic, dealing with toxic relationships and boundary setting and being in your power. And she's really saying to me, like, this is your year where you're going to say no and enough to all of that, all those patterns of giving away your energy, your love, your body, because she is a goddess of the body, of our wombs, of our yonis, of our sexuality, and you claiming you for yourself and you saying yes to yourself, even when that means, and especially when that means saying an empowered and rightful sacred no to those demands on your time and energy that are dishonoring to you, where there is not that respect accorded to you and given to you that you deserve, right? So Hathor is saying that the third quarter of the year, so this would be July, August, September, is all about you receiving. I'm hearing a message of please don't overwork yourself and overexert yourself. It'd be a wonderful time to take a vacation and to really nurture your body. Hathor's domain is the sacral chakra. So this is beach time, being in water bodies, sea salt baths, getting massages, dancing, making love, eating delicious, nourishing food. She's the goddess of celebration, of music, of dance, of beauty. So if you wanted to go to the spa or go on a retreat, that would be a wonderful time for you to do that. She's really saying that doing so is not only going to help you to replenish yourself, but it's going to actually increase your intuitive gifts. because when we're all clogged up or we're fatigued or drained or tired, we sort of block ourselves off from receiving divine guidance, and we don't have that energy to follow that guidance, right? So what she's saying is it's going to be very essential for you to allow yourself to receive everything from a compliment to if somebody's offering to help you, just saying yes and thank you to that, knowing you deserve it, and you don't immediately have to give something back to balance it out, right? You just deserve this good. And all this beautiful spiritual work that you're going to be doing in the first half of the year, I feel and I see rewards coming to you. So many beautiful rewards. So if you take that leap of faith, for example, in the first quarter, and you start that business, or you make that move, or you start that relationship, the beginning of the second half of the year is where you really, you really start to reap the rewards and harvest your blessings. Now, like with September here, we're also getting to the fall season, and this is about harvesting blessings. Gratitude, just being so grateful and giving thanks for the blessings you have, will keep you very receptive and in the flow. So sacred self-care will be essential. That's why the first course I ever made online is called Sacred Self-Care for Sensitive Souls, which is women and people like us. If you feel guided to get that, it's online at flourishinggoddessschool.com. I can leave a link for you, but it's a beautiful way to self-nurture and take care of ourselves, because those of us who are highly sensitive, we have some very sacred needs, special needs. Like, we really need to make sure our energy is clear. We might need to smudge our space more and spend time in nature, really ground ourselves, just because we're so open. And on one hand, we're actually very receptive because we're like sponges. We take on everything, and it makes us feel like it's ours, and we can get very easily overwhelmed by what's happening in the world, what's happening with our loved ones, at work, in our environment. So it's really important to just give ourselves the time and space and incubation period to take sacred self-care and to support ourselves. And when you support yourself, when you prioritize yourself, when you say yes to yourself, the universe, what you're sending out, the message you're sending out is that I deserve my own self-respect, my own self-love, my own self-care. I support myself. What are you going to track back? Same from the universe. The universe is, I'm seeing it just shower you with all these blessings and celebration, because it's like you say, okay, bring it, because you're giving to yourself first. And I just see all these angels, and they're like so excited that they get to give to you all these things that they've been wanting to give to you for a very long time. So a lot of beautiful things coming for you, my loves, in the third quarter of 2018. And let me know what some of these blessings are, and let me know how you are allowing yourself to receive in our comments. And so the final goddess we meet for the last quarter of 2018, very, very cool. It's Una, and her message is easy does it. And you can see this rainbow, and what I'm seeing here with this white dove and this beautiful rainbow energy is that you really come into alignment, right? Rainbows are the colors of the chakras. So it feels like if you took that time to give yourself that sacred self-care by Hathor's messages and receive, you are going to be so in harmony. You're going to be magnetic. And at the same time, this message continues of ease and grace and joy in everything that you're doing. No pressure, no overcommitments. She's saying there's no need to hurry or force things to happen. Everything is occurring in perfect timing. And it feels like the doors are going to open for you with more ease and surrender, rather than effort and strife and struggle and pushing and striving and working really hard. This is not feeling like a time or even a year of hustle. It feels a lot more like flow and joy and just dancing things into being the way that the goddesses do. Right, so Una's message, my loves, is the last quarter of the year to embrace ease and joy, and follow your intuition of if there's something you want to do, if there's a decision that you want to make, tune into your body. I share this practice in one of the chapters in my book, where tune into your body and see yourself going ahead with this decision, and see how you feel. And if you feel peaceful, if you feel excited, if it feels good, then that is your body, which is already tuned. Your body is like an antenna, and it's tuned into all time. So it can already tell if something will be good for you or not. And if it feels, even if your mind will say, oh, this, job offer I have pays me more money, I should really go for it. But when you tune into your body, there's a no, there's something maybe you're not picking up on yet that your body already knows because it's in tune, right? So it could be that that opportunity or that person you want to date, or whatever it is, it's not exactly for your highest good. So when you tune into your body and you just follow and listen to your heart, your being, and just really drop in and trust the wisdom of your womb, of your heart, of your intuition, your third eye, how it feels. Intuit it. Feel into it physically and energetically. Trust that guidance and follow the path of least resistance. That's Una's message, is really follow the, and Abraham Hicks, one, if not the greatest spiritual teachers that we are blessed to have right now, right? In all their work around law of attraction, they talk about resistance, and that's the biggest thing that gets in the way of us manifesting our desires. So Una is saying, ease. Easy does it. And let that be your mantra for the last 3 months of the year. Easy does it. I embrace ease and flow. I follow the path of least resistance. I follow the path of grace and joy and guidance and intuition and what feels right and aligned and inspired and true and good to me within my body, within my being. I trust myself and I surrender. And again, she's showing me that you are going to be so supported. And in this way, she's segueing into, weaving this whole reading together. It feels very, very powerful. And yet it also feels like a year where it's not going to be as heavy as 2017 was quite intense. So this really feels like a year where you are, the first half of the year is you going for it and you freeing yourself and transcending beyond karmic patterns, which is basically those struggles that you feel like you've always had, around love or relationships or money or whatever it is, that pattern. It's like you're finally going to break free and spread your wings, and you're going to take that leap, and you're going to fly, and you are going to flourish, and you're going to inspire so many other people. And then the second half now is reaping the rewards, receiving, trusting, going with the flow, and enjoying the flow of blessings. That's what it feels like, a beautiful river like the Nile River in Egypt, where you're just flowing with the lushness, with the blessings of your life. You're flowing with the intuition. And if there's something you need to do, you do it only when it's guided, only when it's in alignment, only when it's inspired, and it feels rightful and truthful to you, right? It's really coming from your higher self. So my loves, this is such a beautiful reading. I hope with all my heart that it serves you. And I want you to share with me in the comments throughout the year, how this is coming through for you. Now, again, this is, for you because I asked you to tune into the reading. So I really hope that the messages serve you. If you would like a personal reading, you can come to flourishinggoddess.com. And in January, I will be doing dedicated Goddess Oracle readings, where it's one card for each month of the year specific to you. And that's very interactive. We get to talk to each other live on a Skype session. Otherwise, I do the readings, past, present, future, 3-card readings in my monthly Goddess Circles, which you're welcome to join as well. I'll leave a link for you. The Goddess Circles are a lot more in depth. I do a lot of teaching, and we do Goddess healing and some Reiki sometimes, but it's beautiful. It's like usually 75, 90 minutes every month on a theme of that month. So we're kicking off 2018 with the Goddess Lakshmi, so that we can really be in that state of abundance and manifest our dreams with grace and bliss and inspiration. And if you see if there's any other Goddess Circles you like, you can also join past ones. But that's where I do 3-card readings as well. Otherwise, I do them in my program. And basically the rest of the year, I don't offer reading sessions. So there's a bit of a special time that I love to just do this, so that you can get guidance for the whole year, right? That's really specific to you. But I really hope that this reading has served you, and there's so many gifts On my website, flourishinggoddess.com, there's a goddess meditation. There's beautiful, divinely inspired video trainings where you can deepen into the goddesses and really to give to you some tools and practices that can support you and really want to empower you this year. So I hope that this serves you. That's where to find me, flourishinggoddess.com. Thank you so much for subscribing. Please share this video with any sisters or beloved friends of yours that you feel would benefit from these messages. It has been my honor to share these messages with you, to channel the love and wisdom and support of the goddesses with you and for you. And I just truly pray that all the messages, every part of them that is going to serve you, really deeply resonate with you and continue to guide you throughout the year. May all divine helpers, God, Goddess, the angels, archangels, ascended masters, goddesses, Mother Earth, divinely appointed spiritual guides, bless you, guide you, protect you, support you in every way, that you may make this year the best year, that you may truly transcend what no longer serves you, flourish into the goddess that you are, flourish in every single way, and just be all that you were meant to be and inspire us. So I'm praying that you have a miraculous year, sending you so much love. Thank you so much for joining me. Namaste.